Thank you, Chair, for that introduction. I'll be talking on service delivery models for youth and adolescents in resource limited settings. In my presentation, I will start with an overview of the challenges faced by adolescents living with HIV in resource limited settings, then describe how the Zandile model has been responding to these needs. I'll also share some of the recommendations for the way forward. So it is now well recognized that adolescents living with HIV have worse outcomes than any other age group. Biological failure is much more common in adolescents and young people. At the same time, adolescents living with HIV have higher rates of poor mental health than those not living with HIV. Poor mental health affects young people's quality of life, but it also affects their adherence to ARVs. So this then made us to ask, what is driving poor mental health in young people? Adolescence should be an exciting time in life as we grow and develop into young adults. But our lives are commonly affected by orphaning, grief and loss, stigma and discrimination, lack of information about our own health, fear about our futures, and questions about whether we'll get married and have families of our own. All this clearly shows that if we want young people to do well on treatment, we have to address their mental health as well. Young people need services which integrate HIV and mental health. And this has been supported by the findings from a global consultation, which we conducted on behalf of World Health Organization to collect evidence for new guidelines on psychosocial support for adolescents. We consulted 388 adolescents and young people in 45 countries. They clearly told us that psychosocial support is transformative across all HIV outcomes and should be multi-component differentiated. It must be sustained over time and should be delivered by peers, supportive healthcare workers, and trusted adults. This is also supported by a study we were involved in with USAID. We conducted a series of focus group discussions with adolescents in Zandile to understand youth's perspectives of the incentives and challenges in using multi-month dispensing. Adolescents described both advantages and disadvantages. The advantages being fewer clinic visits, saving time and money, fewer disruptions to life, fewer opportunities for accidental disclosure, incentives, adherence, and viral suppressions. Adolescents also presented their disadvantages being fear of poor adherence through reduced support, storage challenges for 3 to 6 months supply, less frequent interactions with peers, and again, the fear of limited support. What young people wanted as a critical component to MMD was intensified, friendly, and confidential support from CATs, peers, counselors, and nurses. And that this should be provided across a range of platforms, including home visits, phone, monthly support groups, family support, and communities. This is what Zandile does. Zandile integrates HIV and mental health services across the clinic and community. Zandile is a peer-led differentiated service delivery model for children, adolescents, and young people, led by trained, mentored peers known as community adolescent treatment supporters and young mentor mothers. They provide a combination of clinic, community, and digital health services for their peers through home visits, support groups, clinic visits, mobile health, and work in close partnership with healthcare workers and caregivers. There are currently 2,400 CATs and YMMs in Zimbabwe and 8 other countries in the region, supporting 64,000 children, adolescents, and young people living with HIV. The goal is improved outcomes across the HIV cascade, but also for broader outcomes, including mental health, SRHR, and protection. Jandiri focuses on ensuring sustained engagement and support for children, adolescents across the clinic and community. So whenever art is being delivered, the CATS and YMN support HIV, art, viral load literacy for young people and their caregivers, ensure sustained counseling, not just for art, but for other key areas of their lives. They identify red flags for clinical, mental health, and protection cases and refer. They mobilize for art review, viral load, TPT, TLD, and follow up on defaulters. In my next slide, I'm going to give an overview of 3 art delivery models and show the role in which CATS and YMMs are playing in support, treatment, and care. The first one is facility-based art delivery in Zimbabwe. The majority of children and adolescents access their art at clinic in line with national guidelines. This is the yellow circle, but in addition to art review at clinic, there is package of services complementing this. Between each art review visit, CARES provide ongoing counseling, monitoring, and support at home through mobile health and support groups. They plan their caseloads with the healthcare worker, line list those eligible for MMD, and then mobilize them for clinic visits using home visits or mobile health. So apart from their art at the facility, there are other children and adolescents accessing decentralized art in the community. When the child or adolescent cannot attend clinic for whatever reason, in yellow, you see the art is delivered by the CATS at home in this home-based model. CATS sustain counseling, monitoring, and support for their CATS between art, review, and they plan with the healthcare workers for those unable to come to the clinic. The CATS collect the cards for their clients' home, then take to the clinic where they collect the medication, then take it back to their client's home. So lastly, we have the community outreach model, where the healthcare worker and CATS take the arts to the community and combine art delivery, a package of other services, including viral load, bleeding, TB screening, mental health screening, counseling, and support for caregivers. Between this review visits, the CATS again ensure sustained counseling and monitoring, and this is all planned with the healthcare worker. So here are some high-level results across the HIV cascades. And using our 2020 data, CATS mobilized 5,422 children, adolescents, and young people for HIV testing, including self-testing. 15% were confirmed HIV positive. 95% of children, adolescents, and young people were linked to ART. 98% of CATS were virally suppressed. 97% of young mental mothers were virally suppressed. Of the 54,000 children, adolescents, and young people registered in Jandiri, in Zimbabwe, 90% of young people were virally suppressed, and data from 2 randomized controlled trials found adolescents in Jandiri were 42% more likely to be virally suppressed, and we found a reduction in common mental disorder among adolescents living with HIV from 68% to 2% among those receiving enhanced counseling from CATS. Young people need to take center stage in their own care and leading at the forefront of decisions which are made by policymakers about their health care. Jandiri youth advocates have been doing just this, advocating for policies which support the health and well-being of young people in different platforms, internationally and nationally. Their voices are being heard and they are influencing policy and guidelines in funding decisions. Technology should also be used to ensure information and support is provided to young people. Here you see some of the platforms which are being used by Jandiri youth to inform communities about their rights and well-being using film, radio, music. But we also use an app to monitor, track, and support all young people registered in Zandiri. We also design and develop IEC materials for young people so they have information they need to make informed decisions about their own care. It is through this combined stakeholder efforts that we can ensure adolescents are fully supported. And thank you to all our partners. So for the way forward, we need to listen to young people about what works for them. Adolescents all have different needs and experiences. What works for some may not work for others. We need to remember that wherever and whenever art is delivered, young people need continued literacy, counseling, and support services to help them to adhere, remain engaged in services, and to help them to manage the different issues in their lives. So if you would like further information on Zandiri or access to any of the resources I have mentioned, you can find them on our website. Thank you.